Welcome back to our channel. Today, we delve into a fascinating yet sobering chapter of history, the disintegration of East Pakistan, which led to the birth of Bangladesh. The tale encompasses political intrigue, cultural disparities, and a struggle for identity that ultimately changed the course of a nation's destiny. On August 14, 1947, the British Indian Territory was divided into India and Pakistan due to religious, socio-economic, and cultural differences between Hindus and Muslims. The Muslim League, led by Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, sought to protect the rights of Indian Muslims, leading to the partition. However, Pakistan's creation posed geographical challenges, with its two wings separated by over 1,000 miles of Indian land. East Pakistan had a unified Bengali-speaking population, while West Pakistan was diverse linguistically and ethnically. The political leadership differed as well, with West Pakistan being led by feudal elites and East Pakistan by educated professionals. Although shared Islam and fear of Hindu dominance could unite the wings, a strong institutional framework was essential, which was lacking. Unfortunately, this unity did not persist, and in 1971, East Pakistan became Bangladesh due to political, cultural, and economic disparities. Tensions emerged as early as 1948 over language issues. Jinnah's declaration of Urdu as the sole state language in East Pakistan sparked resentment. A tragic incident in 1952, where police fired on a pro-Bengali language demonstration, intensified the Bengali identity. The suppression by the central government fueled cultural deprivation. Lack of representation in the power structure led East Pakistanis to feel marginalized, alienating them from the central government and the Muslim League. The 1954 elections saw East Pakistani parties win overwhelmingly, but the central government divided the alliance and imposed its choice as chief minister, deepening the divide. Controversies surrounding constitution making and demands for regional autonomy further drove a wedge between the two wings. Differences ranged from representation in the federal legislature to the distribution of power, national language, and electoral systems. The deep-seated differences between the two wings of Pakistan hindered the formation of a constitution until 1956. The Constituent Assembly, equally divided between East and West Pakistan, successfully addressed these disparities in the 1956 constitution. It established a federal system based on parity, granting provincial autonomy and recognizing Urdu and Bengali as national languages. The constitution aimed to provide stability, but interference from Governor General Iskandar Mirza led to political turmoil and ultimately martial law. In 1958, General Muhammad Ayub Khan, supported by Mirza, imposed martial law, forcing Mirza to resign. Ayub Khan dissolved assemblies, banned parties, and abrogated the 1956 constitution. He introduced his own system, basic democracy, in 1964, aiming to legitimize his presidency. The 1962 constitution, formulated during Ayub's rule, centralized power and favored the presidency over the provinces, contrary to East Pakistan's desire for a federal parliamentary system. Ayub Khan's rule marginalized East Pakistani politicians by disqualifying popular figures from participation in the 1962 elections. His appointment of Monem Khan as East Pakistan's governor and the suppression of opposition heightened mistrust. The 1965 Indo-Pak War and economic disparities further isolated East Pakistan. The socio-economic imbalance provided Sheikh Mujibur Rahman with an opportunity to propose his six-point formula in favor of weak central governance. The government's negative portrayal of this formula backfired, increasing Mujib's popularity. The Agartala conspiracy case against him also enhanced his image. By 1969, Ayub Khan's government faced significant opposition and unrest. His resignation led to General Agha Muhammad Yahya Khan taking power. Yahya Khan aimed to accommodate the opposition by allowing political parties and promising elections. His one man one vote policy in November 1969 shifted parliamentary representation based on population rather than parity, favoring East Pakistan. Yahya Khan dissolved the one unit in West Pakistan and reinstated 4 provinces. Yahya Khan's concessions aimed to ease tensions, but the deep-rooted issues persisted, and the stage was set for the pivotal events that would lead to the dismemberment of Pakistan. President General Yahya Khan also addressed the demand from the Eastern Wing to increase fund allocations, a concern raised by East Pakistani politicians in the 1960s. The fourth 5-year plan's final allocation under the 29th National Economic Council allocated resources as follows. East Pakistan, public sector 60%, 2,940 crore rupees, private sector 39%, 3,000 crore rupees, total 52.5%, 3,940 crore rupees. West Pakistan, public sector 40%, 1,960 crore rupees, private sector 61%, 1,600 crore rupees, Total 47.5%, 3,560 crore rupees. President Yahya Khan hoped that addressing East Bengal's economic and political concerns would curb secessionist tendencies. To manage these tendencies, he introduced the Legal Framework Order on March 28, 1970, delineating provincial autonomy limits to preserve national integrity. During his election campaign, Sheikh Mujib-ur-Rahman championed his six-point formula, ignoring the spirit of the Legal Framework Order. President Yahya Khan's attempts to engage him and build confidence in other East Pakistani political forces failed. Mujib-ur-Rahman's Awami League triumphed in the elections with support from India and East Pakistan's Hindu community. Yahya Khan's call for the National Assembly to convene in Dhaka on March 3, 1971, was met with opposition from Z.A. Bhutto and Qayyum Khan, leading to the postponement of the session. This decision triggered violent protests in Dhaka, resulting in casualties and brutality. Yahya Khan's visit to Dhaka on March 15, 1971, for negotiations coincided with deteriorating conditions in East Pakistan. Mujib-ur-Rahman's uncompromising stance escalated tensions, with him asserting that the struggle for Bengali freedom would continue. The negotiations commenced on March 16, 1971, with Yahya Khan urging Mujib-ur-Rahman to seek cooperation rather than confrontation. Yahya Khan expressed willingness to incorporate Mujib's demands into the future constitution. Mujib-ur-Rahman emphasized four key demands during the talks. 1. Immediate withdrawal of martial law. 2. Return of troops to barracks. 3. Inquiry into East Pakistan's killings. 4. Transfer of power to elected representatives.
President Yahya assured Mujib-ur-Rahman that Z.A. Bhutto's approval was crucial. Bhutto, arriving in Dhaka on March 21, 1971, raised objections to Mujib's scheme, fearing its potential to divide Pakistan. He also stressed the need for National Assembly approval for any constitution. On March 23, 1971, the Awami League marked Resistance Day, unveiling the new Bangladesh flag across governmental and private buildings, symbolizing the replacement of the Pakistani flag. Mujib-ur-Rahman presided over a paramilitary force parade. This continued on March 24 and 25 as President Yahya Khan, in Dhaka at the time, sought a political resolution with the Awami League and PPP to avert secession. Failing to reach an agreement, Yahya Khan departed for West Pakistan on March 25. In a subsequent national address, he condemned Sheikh Mujib-ur-Rahman, banned political activities, and dissolved the Awami League. He announced, "Given the critical state of affairs in the nation, I have chosen to prohibit all political activities and fully ban the Awami League as a political entity. I have also opted for complete censorship. Martial law regulations will soon be enacted to enforce this decision." The military action occurred on the night of March 25, 26. The major confrontation unfolded between West Pakistan's garrison, East Pakistan's regiments, the East Pakistan Rifles, and border guards. The primary target was the separatist forces. Mujib-ur-Rahman was arrested that night. While order was swiftly restored in Dhaka, the army encountered resistance in other areas like Rajshahi, Chittagong, and Pabna from Mufti Bahini forces. It took until the end of April for the Pakistan Army to regain control over various districts and regions of East Bengal. India launched an offensive against East Pakistan on November 22, 1971, and within 25 days, the outnumbered yet well-equipped and organized Indian forces achieved victory over the ill-equipped and disorganized Pakistani armed forces. This led to Pakistan's surrender on December 16, 1971, resulting in the birth of Bangladesh. In conclusion, the analysis underscores that Bengali nationalism, which ultimately led to the breakup of Pakistan, surfaced in the 1950s and 1960s due to discriminatory policies from non-representative authorities in Pakistan's central government. East Pakistan felt marginalized in political and economic spheres, fueling the growth of Bengali nationalism. The majority in East Pakistan perceived domination by the West Pakistani minority, and economic disparities further deepened their sense of deprivation. Resource allocation favored West Pakistan, amplifying these differences. These grievances were seized upon by Sheikh Mujib-ur-Rahman. The employment of force resulted in casualties, disillusioning East Pakistan's populace and weakening support. When India intervened militarily, the Awami League supported India, contributing to Pakistan's defeat in the conflict. And there you have it, the rise and fall of East Pakistan, a poignant reminder of how unresolved differences, cultural disparities, and political missteps can reshape nations. If you found this historical journey as captivating as we did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, remember that understanding our past shapes a better future.